Hello. So today I would like to talk about the book, The Beauty Myth by Naomi Wolf. So for the overview of the book, The Beauty Myth by Naomi Wolf exposes how the beauty industry manipulates and exploits women's insecurities to maintain control over their lives and choices. Through compelling arguments and historical context, Woolf reveals the damaging effects of the beauty myth on women's health, relationships, and societal roles. She does this by sharing multiple examples from the media and historical records of how women have faced damaging effects. This can be through lower income, getting fired for their looks, or being subject to very harsh treatment at work based primarily on their weight, the way they appear, and the way they are dressed, and the way they are perceived. These things can have a very damaging effect on the woman's career trajectory. And lastly, the book challenges readers to rethink beauty standards and encourages women to reclaim their power by defining beauty for themselves. Onto the 5 takeaways. The 5 takeaways that I have from this book are as follows. The first one is the beauty myth. So the concept of beauty is a socially constructed myth designed to control women's behavior and undermine their advancement in society. What Wolf is trying to say is that this whole idea around beauty that has been created is really a myth. And it isn't really about a woman's beauty, but it's about a woman's behavior. In a way, it is a mechanism designed to control women and suppress their freedom. The second takeaway is economic exploitation. The beauty industry capitalizes on women's insecurities, creating a lucrative market for products and treatments that promise to enhance beauty. So, women are, as explained in the book, even asked to keep a certain percentage of their paycheck dedicated just for beauty items, such as getting their hair done or getting skin treatments, even getting cosmetic surgeries to maintain their jobs, as seen in television for female anchors who are pressured to have a uh, flawless look as opposed to their male anchors and are expected to go through cosmetic surgeries to maintain their jobs. Body image. Women are pressured to conform to narrow standards of beauty, leading to body dissatisfaction and negative self-image. Even teenagers experience this, where there are rising numbers of body dysmorphia in women of all age ranges. And that is quite alarming because a woman should not tie her worth to how she looks as opposed to how she feels. Then there are the political implications. The beauty myth is not just a personal issue, but has broader political implications affecting women's rights and freedoms. So when the conversation becomes about what a woman is wearing at work, and is that drawing the wrong kind of attention from her male coworkers, or is she not using makeup because she's not serious about her job, or she should have a certain kind of hair or a certain brand of clothing that she should wear at her job to maintain seriousness. When these kinds of issues are prioritized, what happens is that very important things like women's rights, their reproductive rights, rights about a woman after she has a baby, her child care, or maternal and paternal leave, her freedom, her reproductive freedom. Very, very important issues like these do not get the attention that they deserve because everybody is talking about the non-important things, which are um, related to a woman's appearance and how the society would like to perceive women for their own profit. And the last is resistance and empowerment. I think it's imperative for women to understand that they can resist the beauty myth by challenging societal norms and embracing diverse definitions of beauty. Some interesting quotes from the book that I found are as follows. The first one is, a culture fixated on female thinness is not an obsession about female beauty, but an obsession about female obedience. Dieting is the most potent political sedative in women's history. A quietly mad population is a tractable one. If you think about a woman who has a very low self-esteem that is being created by these magazines promoting flawless perfection and how a woman should be, you have to understand, obviously, these pictures are Photoshop, but they affect a woman's self-esteem, and a woman with a very low self-esteem is very vulnerable to being exploited emotionally and especially economically because she would not accept the fact that she's worth more and would be more likely to fall into traps that ask her to um, accept lower than what she's truly valued at and what she's worth. Second is in a society in which the woman is increasingly made the object of thinness, the woman's own subjectivity is progressively contained in the one-dimensional image of her physical self. This undermines the fact that women have so much to offer in terms of their intelligence and the value they bring, but what they're being cornered is around the area of how they look and how society wants to perceive them, which can keep changing depending on what society finds valuable during that era or decade. So this whole idea of beauty is a construct and not real. And the last one is the more legal and material hindrances women have broken through, the more strictly and heavily and cruelly images of female beauty have come to weigh upon us. It is important to understand if women give in to this myth, it really pushes back the women's movement by many years because to be equal, a woman cannot be put into this box of appearance and standing in front of the mirror and trying to perfect herself when she is already great and working towards other very, very important aspects of equality, such as equal pay, intelligence, and a right to education and voting and her reproductive rights. So the problems with the beauty myth is that it keeps women isolated. It uses her body to convey her economic role. And when a woman says this will never be fair, even if I play by their rules, she automatically gains insights into the real workings of the myth and can break out of it. The book concludes with a call to action for women to reclaim their bodies and redefine beauty on their own terms. Woolf advocates for a cultural shift towards valuing women for their intelligence, strength, and character rather than their appearance. The class learnings I had from this book is the impact on confidence and assertiveness. Confidence and assertiveness are very essential qualities for effective leadership. And if a woman gives into the myth, her self-esteem would be lowered, and this can hamper her leadership and the effectiveness of her leadership. So a woman should be very cautious of what narrative she is willing to fall into. The second is the barriers to advancement. Women may feel pressured to prioritize their appearance over their professional development. And this, again, is a barrier that this myth creates, and women need to be more mindful of valuing themselves correctly and knowing their worth so as not to give into this trap and to work on the things that really matter and add to their overall development and their overall position in the economic market. And the last is reclaiming power through self-definition. The self-actualization in this matter will truly come when women reclaim their power by embracing diverse definitions of beauty and empowering themselves to prioritize their personal and professional growth, as opposed to what the media and the marketing campaigns that are deceptive and are created to just profit from the low self-esteem created in women. Women need to be more mindful of these traps and to protect themselves and their peers from such campaigns. Thank you.